All right, they're mowing the grass, but we're back at home, YouTube. Here's some of it. I don't know. We'll get it unloaded. Well, here it is back in the house. Yeah, just an absolute mad amount of games and crap. Even the stand mixer down under the floor. I know I went another stand mixer. Let's do some cleanup. Let's get this tested. Not tested, but at least cleaned up, put into piles, and we'll run through what we got here in a minute. All right, well, it is all inventoried up, I guess sort of cleaned up, at least roughly cleaned up. So yeah, we spent $330 in total. I don't know, make it 340 with gas. And yeah, this is what we got. I don't know, some weird Game Boy looking thing here that I don't know if it'll work or not, and even if it does, I guess crap. Some empty boxes, but even the Resident Evil 2, or whatever, Resident Evil Outbreak, is junk that's molded and all that kind of crap. Again, all the controllers are going to be untested. I always doubt that any of them will work. This one definitely needs the sticks replaced, but that's no big deal. I'm not too worried about that. That one's definitely broke for sure. The PS2 and the 360 and all that should work. Another one of those Boss controller deals. That's pretty funny that we keep finding those after never knowing they existed. Trio of Game Boy Power cords. A couple of Wii Motion Pluses. Those will sell. I'm a bit of aficionado at this point for these very weird PS1 third-party controllers, and this one's called the Tremor. It just actually does feel really good with the, design or make of it. We got 2 WWE belts, one being a Divas belt, winged Koopa there. The Wii came in that box. Obviously, it doesn't match, but that is what it is. Pokemon plush. The Elite controller's totally junk, but I paid virtually nothing for that. Definitely some cleanup needing to be done on the KitchenAid stand mixer, but yeah, those tend to do pretty well, so that's fine with me. We've got the Switch dock and a bag of Beyblades. Not too bad. I think he said 5 for the bag of Beyblades. A sealed pack of Dragon Shield card sleeves. I don't know, the price tag on it says $11, but if I can get 5 out of that, that's a win. A set of Wii remotes and some fun Mario toys. It seems like every time I go there, I keep finding these like Mario and Sonic toys that I'm assuming Jax made. They're pretty cool. I just keep kind of, putting them into the collection as we go. PS3 Super Slim. Again, won't know if this stuff works, but of course he always says it always does. And the GameCube there, which is cool. He threw in a free third-party Nintendo 64 power cord, which is always fun. Yeah, the comic book history of video games. All these were $1. But I thought that was pretty cool. My friend found that in one of the piles and sent that over, so I'll have to look through it, but there you go. Let's see. I just got this figuring, I don't know if really any of these are worth too much, but Deadpool first, I feel like people would buy. Again, Batman Nightfall. Pretty cool. And the cover on this is good. I've sold this before. Another Batman. So not in great shape, but I don't know that people will mind. Yeah, let's see. We've got the Apple 17-inch display monitor. I'm hoping that works. It looks like it's in very good shape. That thing is, I don't know, a couple $100 if it works. But yeah, hopefully you could find a buyer somewhere in the 100+ range here locally. We've got the Wii Top Shot gun, a wireless PS2 guitar, which is good because in the last video, if that even made it up, I ended up with a PS2 dongle. So there you go. That problem solves itself. And these are all in great shape. Very like springy controls, things like that. So that's really good. A wired PS2, a wireless 360, and then a wired 360s missing the end cap. No big deal. We can get one of those from the video game store. He always keeps extras in stock. And those, I think, are generally in like the $75 region. And again, the battery door is pretty clean on that. And I think, you know, the 50 each for like the PS2 ones. So, you know, that may well be $250, you know, toward the $340 in total cost we have there alone. So things are looking pretty good. Some loose disc stuff, but they're both in there, and they both look pretty good. Armored Core Nexus, it really is a shame that one isn't complete in the box. Armored Core 3, you know, a pretty good one. Pro Pinball, nothing to write home about. I was really shocked. I did not expect Monster Hunter to be like a $30 game. So that was pretty pricey. Our little amiibo guy there from Breath of the Wild, he was like 15 to 20 online. Let's see, how should we do this? I guess we can throw this on there. We got the Shrek 2, you know, which is decent. People will buy that. Sonic and Sega Racing, which is good. This one ended up being quite a gem. I think that was more than $20. It's been a while since I looked these up. Well, not a while, but like yesterday. But Digimon World DS, I don't think I have that, so that's probably going into the collection. And a Tinkerbell. Again, it might sell since it's a kid's system. Some loose disc stuff, Luigi's Mansion. And I'll have to go downstairs and see if I have boxes. I do have some better GameCube boxes, so there's a chance that I'll rescue those. Wii Play, just ubiquitous, it's everywhere, but I love hoarding all those. That won't get out. Forza 2, and a GTA 3 that needs cleaned and buffed terribly. The Wii Sports Resort and Wii Sports Combo Pack. 2 games on 1 disc, and it's actually in there with the manual, so that's a really cool piece. I think that's $40 or so, pretty easily. Yeah, a bunch of manuals and books and junk like that. Actually, this one should have gone into the other pile. You can't really see it, but those scratches go all the way through. I doubt that will play. That's a total loss there, but whatever. You know, some Barbie games, who cares? Asteroids on the PC. And this is really weird. The real weird X factor in the whole thing. I don't know why this is there, but it'll find a place in my collection. The Phantom Hourglass just looks really cool. I have no idea what 700 yen is. Somebody could probably do the math on that and let us know, but somebody probably got a good deal. I doubt it's that anymore. Got Brain Boost, you know, nothing too exciting here. But it is cool to just find, you know, boxed Genesis games anymore. And I love anything with a Blockbuster logo. Just Dance's always sell. Halo Reach we got to get a new box for, but, you know, those just go into the hoard anyway. That's not like going out onto the floor. My favorite multiplayer game of all time. Maybe the best game, you know, for the Xbox in general. Of course, it's good when you get a guitar to get some of the games. That one's got some water damage at the bottom, but inside it looks pretty good. So I'm not too torn up about that. You know, just average PS2 games. This is the harder of the find of the SOCOM ones. You know, that's pretty decent. We'll take an Onimusha 2. Again, Shell Shock, not too common. Definitely a gem there. Both in terms of hidden gem. I don't feel like this game is as expensive as it should, and it's super uncommon. You know, you're never mad when you find Castlevanias in a collection. We got the Code Veronica X, which is by far the cheapest version. You definitely want to find that on GameCube or Dreamcast, but we'll take it. I was definitely a little let down. I don't think I see Kengo all that often, so to find out that was only a $10 game, a little underwhelming. Onimusha Warlords. You know, nobody cares too much about sports titles, so no big deal there. I was thinking this could be decent because 2K10 is, you know, well into the PS3 era, but they did make a 2K12, so if you're out there and looking, find the 2K12. Of course, since the COVID era, SmackDown Just Bring It has lost a lot of value. Again, that'll help sell the bundle. And a super dirty, super beat up GTA Vice City. If I ever sell through every other copy of Vice City I have, we'll have that one, I guess. So there you go. That's what we found for $330 cash. You know, throw in 10 for the mileage and some gas. I don't know. Let's. I'll turn it over to you now. Let you rank it. But that's what we've been picking up. That's what'll be hitting shelves soon. We'll talk to you.